It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Well.
It's all right. I love you too.
Miss Jordan, by any chance, Miss Sybil Jordan?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'm gonna have to tell you flat out, I loved your book so much that I wanted to meet the author, right? So I look all over. I span the globe for an Elliot Reynolds. Nothing. Then what happens? A little connection in the publishing industry, right? And he leaves me to you. Hope you're not upset.
I write under a pseudonym for a reason. I value my privacy.
Well, and I value your talent, Miss Jordan. Jordan. Yeah, you should be proud of it.
I am, quietly.
It's just that Pearl and I, we enjoyed your book so much, we just had to tell you.
Especially certain parts that kind of captured my imagination.
Well, you know, you should have written Elliot Reynolds a fan letter.
No,
I would have gotten it.
No, letters, they just don't cut it for me. I mean, meeting the real McCoy was the only way.
The only way of accomplishing what?
Well, like I said before, there are certain parts of this epic saga, shall we say, certain phrases that kind of jumped off the page at me.
Cut out all of this literary criticism and get to the point. What is the real reason you're here?
What are you doing?
The door seems to be locked.
Why are you so anxious to get into your father's study?
I left some papers on the desk yesterday, and I need them now.
Well, if you want to break in someplace, Mason, you really should come to me. I know about these things.
This is where you pick the lock with a bobby pin and my mouth falls open in astonishment?
No, this is where I pull out a key, which any fool would have looked for by now. Now, don't you feel silly?
I would, but I don't have time.
Ah, isn't this place so traditional you could just barf? The Lord and Master study, complete with wall-to-wall bookshelves, a big oak desk, and all kinds of animals' heads all over the walls. You wouldn't hang an animal's head on a wall, would you?
An animal, no. A relative, maybe.
Well, I thought these were relatives. The New Guinea Capwells, aren't they?
Gina, at the risk of seeming swinish myself, I'm going to have to ask you to leave while I deal with these documents. They're going to require my full attention.
Oh, well, heaven forbid I should spend any more time than necessary in this manly domain.
Let's not waste any more time, shall we?
How dare you follow me?
Well, you didn't leave me much choice, did you? Been pretty closed-mouthed since you defected over to the enemy. Gina told you where that tape is, didn't she? Didn't she?
Still no word? This has been the longest day of my life.
I know.
The fog's rolling in. Pretty soon the rescue teams aren't going to be able to see a thing.
They might have to stop for a while, but it'll lift and they'll go right back out
again. Do you know
again.
how long a boat can drift around out there?
They're going to find that boat.
I keep telling myself that if anybody can survive something like this, Cruz can.
You're absolutely right. He is strong. He's resourceful. All of his training is for emergency situations like that. It's important to remember that.
Mama, I feel so guilty.
Baby, why? I'm the one that feels guilty, and I should. He was out there looking for me. Why should you?
Because as terrified as I am for Cruz, I can't help thinking who he's with. I mean, can you believe it? I can't even shut off my mind. I keep thinking about him and Victoria out there all alone. I mean, why am I doing it? Am I crazy?
No.
I should be thanking God that Cruz isn't alone. But instead, I hate Victoria for being there. I mean, when did he ask her to go with him anyway?
You don't know that he did.
Mama, he told me to get off the boat. He obviously didn't tell her to do the same thing, and I did it. I paved the way. I couldn't have set Victoria up better if I tried.
Eden, I want you to stop it. I'm not going to let you do this to yourself.
Mama, if Cruz comes through this with her, there's going to be a closeness between them, something I can't even touch. And all I can do is stand here and do nothing.
You lost?
Oh, hello, Cece. Well, you certainly do run a lovely restaurant.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my daughter's province, but I'll tell you said so.
You know, Lionel's allowed to how he's not too keen on most of your businesses, but even he has to admit that it's the best place in town.
I'm glad he said that. You here with Lionel?
Yeah, he's just out parking the car. He's a delightful man. Witty, charming, wonderful company.
Lionel Lockridge?
Well, how many Lionels do you know?
I'm terribly sorry. Now, I realize you haven't asked for my advice.
No, I haven't.
I just thought I might issue a fair warning. Well, I know you don't need it. But when you scratch the surface with Lionel, all you get is more surface. He hasn't progressed past the age of 19.
Well, I have no objection to a man who's young at heart. You're prejudiced, Cece.
Oh, no. It's common knowledge, you say.
Oh, and the fact that the Capwells and Lockridges have been on the verge of killing each other the past 150 years has nothing to do with your point of view.
Have it your way. I should remember there are certain sorts of men with whom you like to perform your little fandango.
Well, maybe I've grown up some since you knew me. Maybe I'm a tad more settled.
Mr. Capwell.
No, Caroline, you haven't settled down. Some people never learn from their mistakes. All right, what have you got? What was Gina doing at my house?
Well, you said not to detain her, sir.
Oh, that's correct. I want to see where she leads us.
She was having a conversation with your son, Mason. She's still with him.
All right, stay on top of it. She's bound to give herself away eventually.
Yes, sir.
Look, there's somebody else I want you to keep a surveillance on. Somebody else who might have a knowledge where that tape is. It is Gina's daughter. Her name is Lily Light.
Gina's nothing if not crafty. She knew if she tried to keep me out, that it'd just make me more suspicious, so she rolled out the red carpet. Of course, if she'd known you were here, it would have been a different story, wouldn't it? So tell me, did you just come here to see for yourself if the tape were here, or did you have a use for it yourself?
What use would I have for it?
Oh, come on, Lily. You've seen the purchasing power that tape has. You could have used it to buy any number of things.
From whom?
My father, or me, maybe.
I'm more interested in hearing what you think I'd buy from you, Mason.
Maybe my devotion. You give me the tape and I promise to love, honor, and cherish.
Oh, no. That's Gina's story, not mine. I am not about to get into any kind of emotional transaction with you.
Good. And tell me where the tape is and we'll keep this nice and simple.
Well, it's not here.
The hell it isn't. I'll tear this room apart if I have to.
Go ahead.
And you're going to help me, Lily. Between the two of us, we're going to look under every... Oh! In every dark corner, behind every knick-knack.
What are you trying to prove?
Why? Am I getting warm? Why are you looking at the bookcase? Do you know what's back there?
No.
Of course you do. Tina would have told you about the tunnel. The tunnel. It's a perfect hiding place.
Mason, don't do that.
Lily! Lily, Karen, let me out of here! Lily, I'm warning you!
What are you doing?
I marked a couple of passages right here in the book. Here we go. The case wasn't adding up. Miles paced the room as his brother Graham sucked on a can of beer. It's time for us to ponderate, said Graham.
Are you trying to convey something in particular?
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Well, one more on page 51. Just bear with me here, sweetie. Graham turns to Miles. Damn, he says. Girl took off, but she was spotted going into the Eagle's Den nightclub.
Yes?
Well, how'd you come up with that word, pondering?
Well, there is no such word. I made it up.
Oh, I don't think you did. Really?
I beg your pardon.
The lady doesn't know what we're talking about, Pearl. I think maybe we should go.
Look, I don't really mean to be rude, but I really am getting ready to close.
Oh, wait a minute. Just one more question for a big fan, okay? One more question. That stroke of genius, the phrasing, how'd you think up Eagle's Den as the name of the nightclub? How'd you do that? You can tell me.
It's called imagination. Most writers find it hard to do without.
Oh, yeah. So it just, like, comes out of thin air, like they say, right? You didn't use personal experience or anything you might have heard from somebody else.
Well, of course. I mean, you take words or phrases from casual conversation. That's not plagiarism, you know.
Of course not. I don't mean to imply that. So you did hear these words from somebody else, though?
No, not that I can recall.
Oh, please try and remember. I'm a loyal fan. Just for me.
Look, I really don't know why you are so fascinated by these little details.
Oh, please.
Pearl, the shop is closed. We have to go.
At least one of you has sense.
It's very nice to meet you. I'm honored. Don't worry about her behavior, sweetie. People usually get a little ticked off when you try to get them to tell you their secrets.
Well, if she's giving a secret from us, so are we. We should have told her who we were. Yeah?
Maybe.
She's very pretty. Wonder if Brian thinks she's pretty. Why is she trying to keep him away from us?
I don't know. But I sure as heck intend to find out.
You're finally awake. You were so quiet, I was starting to get worried. I could barely even hear you breathing. I guess maybe it was the painkiller I gave you.
Oh, I feel like I've been asleep for a week.
No, it's only been a couple hours, but you weren't asleep the whole time.
Did I say something? What was I out of my mind?
No, it just took a while to quiet you down. I think it's really important that we find a way to start a fire. It's going to get really cold in here tonight.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Let me see what I can do.
No! Don't you even think about getting up.
Aren't you exhausted?
I'm fine. Just let me take care of you.
No,
What is it? Cruz, what is it? What is it?
My head.
Honey, try and go back to sleep. Try and go back to sleep. Maybe you need some food. Are you hungry? I found some emergency rations down at the beach. I don't even know what's in these things.
I don't think I can eat. Why don't you go ahead?
No, I'm not hungry. I think the most important thing is to get a fire going. I'm going to go down to the beach and see if I can find some wood that's not totally soaked.
Okay, well, be careful.
Don't worry about me.
Keep your eyes open. Maybe you see somebody down there.
I don't think so. It looks like the whole island was evacuated when they heard that the storm was coming.
That's good. We got a roof over our heads.
Yeah. I wonder how long we're going to have to stay here.
Why, you getting bored with me already?
Hardly.
Look, don't worry, Tori. I bet the Coast Guard is looking for us right now.
I don't think so. You haven't been outside. The fog is so thick you can't see a foot in front of you.
Yeah, well, they'll be looking for us real soon then. All we gotta do is sit tight and save our strength. We're gonna get out of this, I'm sure. Yeah, we're gonna get home.
resume first thing in the morning.
Well, did you get any idea where the lifeboat might have ended up before you called off your search for the evening?
I was going to tell you.
What?
We found some flotsam and some wreckage from the patrol boat.
Where?
About 100 miles out. But it's a good sign in a way. It'll help us to project where a lifeboat may be heading.
I wish to God we knew whether they got into the lifeboat.
Well, from all I understand, Inspector Castillo is very capable, so there's a good possibility that he was able to launch the lifeboat before his boat went down.
Yeah, but out there, drifting in the dark with no protection at all?
People have stayed alive for days in lifeboats, man.
Well, listen, thank you for coming to tell me in person. And will you give me a call when you decide to resume the search?
Of course. Good night, Miss Catwell.
Good night.
So Cece feels that you're in some danger from one small dinner with me, huh?
Well, Lionel, you and I have spent more than one dinner together.
Yeah, and you told him that, huh?
Well, I think he just assumed.
Well, Cece, I'm sure, can assume almost anything. I trust you to straighten him out.
About what?
Well, I don't really care what his opinion is about anything, but there's no sense in letting him think that there's some big romance brewing, is there?
Well, I tend not to make proclamations like that about what's brewing and what isn't, for fear at a later date I might make myself a liar.
Carolyn, I thought that we were supposed to be friends, just friends.
Well, Lionel, you and I have said a great many things to each other, and have not said a great many more.
Such as?
I don't know, maybe it's just me then.
You know, I've been known to take a while to catch on.
No, you can be honest. Just say it. You haven't felt anything new, no spark at all.
I didn't say any such thing. However, I don't know that every spark should be lit into a fire. I've learned that through hard experience.
Well, far be it from me to contradict hard experience.
Caroline...
But you don't have to baby me.
You don't even know what I was going to say.
I know you were going to say something kind.
I was going to say, maybe this isn't the kind of place to have this sort of discussion.
Well, you can only have a discussion if there's something more to be said.
Maybe there is. Let's go back to my place and find out.
Come on, Lily, sweetheart. Uncle Keithy's waiting.
When did you get here? I didn't even hear the door.
Well, it was curiosity. I couldn't help it. Don't be angry with me.
About what?
I had to see where the tape was. I had to see with my own eyes if it existed. And then Mason followed me here. And I locked the door, but you let him in.
You were in the study the whole time?
Yeah, and then after you left, Mason found me. He figured out right there what I was doing. He tried to force me to tell him where the tape was.
But you didn't tell him anything.
No, of course not. I waited till he opened that trick bookcase. He said there's a tunnel back there.
Yeah?
He walked in there thinking the tape was there. Then I closed the door on him.
You closed the door on him? I love it. He deserves it. I better go see if the tape's all right. He might figure out where it is.
No, I have the tape. I have it.
What a good idea. Give it to me.
What is this? You moving your relatives in now?
What's going on here?
I was just leaving.
So am I.
No, you're not. You are usually so anxious to stick around. Why don't we have a little talk?
I know you're in a hurry, so I won't keep you. Just hand over the tape, and I'll have you on your way in a couple of shakes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Take the tape. Hand it over, okay? Give it.
Silly, there is nothing to discuss.
Los Angeles is much too far away. I say we get married right here instead.
Look, it's too late.
No, it's not too late. Just call it Trinity Church.
It's Trinity Cathedral.
Just call them and tell them you changed your mind. You want to be married closer to home.
Why are you doing this? Why is he doing this?
He's your husband-to-be. You should know him like a book.
Is it money? You don't want to pay to haul the people there?
Well, it is a bit complicated.
That translates into expensive. If you can afford it, you know. If it was Sophia's wedding, well, you'd hire a 747.
We're not discussing Sophia. We're discussing you.
It's in the contract, Cece. My wedding, the way I want it, where I want it, and when I want it. You can't shortchange me this time. I'm gonna get exactly what I deserve.
I had my chance to give her that, and I let it go.
You should let her rot in the plane.
I'm so tired of putting up front.
Well, hang on a little bit longer. We'll get her yet.
Where are you going? CC? Catwell, where are you going? CC? What are you doing?
I'm going to make a phone call for my private line. I want to get a privacy report.
On who?
I made arrangements for Lily Light to be followed as well as Gina when she left this house. Want to find out where they went.
Dad, is that you? Dad, let me out.
Mason?
Mason, what the hell are you doing in there?
Where's Lily?
Just in the atrium. She left before I could ask what she was doing there in the first place.
No, you didn't let her go. She has a tape.
What?
Dina must have told her where the tape is. She was in this room looking for it. Damn it! Right in this room!
Well, is it still here?
No, she would have gotten rid of it as soon as she knew I was this close.
Where the hell would you put the blasted thing?
Well, I'll be damned. I'm not going to stand around here. I'm going to go find Lily.
My people will find her a lot faster than he will.
Is it my imagination, or is that bloody thing laughing at us?
Fog gave me the shivers. It's a perfect night for this.
That's only because you know how good you look in the firelight.
I don't know any such thing.
I never believe it when a beautiful woman says she doesn't know how beautiful she is.
No. Anybody can tell a woman she's beautiful. Not that many people can make me believe they mean it.
I don't indulge in flattery. Besides, I wouldn't think you'd succumb to it if I did.
Do you?
Not so much anymore. Got kind of toughened up
Since you left. And you can only be hurt so many times before you start trying to find ways to dodge the blows. See, the trick is not dodging your way right out of something wonderful.
What do you think is wonderful? What do you dream about?
Nothing very original.
Tell me.
All right. I want to care about something besides myself. And I want the joy of putting someone else first for once in my life. And I guess, most of all, I want not to do the rest of my living and dying alone.
Isn't this a lot better? You are the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
Hello? Thank goodness. I knew you'd have the sense to go to my place. Now just stay there. I'll be right over.
All right, well, hurry up, because I think I've been followed.
Don't worry. I'm on my way.
Lily! I'd be in there by now, Lily, if you hadn't smashed my foot. I'm gonna huff and puff, baby. Your mom ever tell you that story? Huh? Lily! I'm not leaving till I get what I came for. It is black, rectangular, and rhymes with grape. which is what I'm gonna squash you like unless you open this door.
What's wrong?
Lionel, nothing. Lionel.
I thought tonight was about taking chances, huh?
I guess that's what I wanted you to be thinking.
Hold on. No one makes me think one way or another. Tonight we were talking about some truths and the fact that we both had ignored certain things, like, that we promised each other we'd both be friends and all that nonsense.
A lot of life depends on what you pick to ignore, don't you think? Like I know you've been doing with Jane Louise. I have this tendency to live life for the moment. And it's been fun, but it hasn't always served me very well in the long run.
Doesn't that kind of depend on who you're sharing that moment with?
Lionel, I am very attracted to you. But for a change, I'd like to try doing something right.
We all make mistakes. Are you saying that I am one?
No. But, you know, sometimes you get to a point where you get the chance to undo some of those mistakes. I think I'm at that point now of getting that chance, and if I get too involved with you too fast, I could miss it. I don't want to ever again use you or any other man as a substitute for certain things I should be tending to myself.
You talking about Jane?
Partly. But it goes beyond that. And I'm sorry I'm being so vague.
Well, it's none of my business, but are you also talking about Alice?
Lionel, I really should be going. No, it's all right. No, you don't have to see me out. I'm fine. I know the way. Look what I saw.
Please.
What is it? What is it? What's the matter? Is the pain worse?
I can't. My eyes are pounding. My brain is pounding. My eyes.
You're all right.
My eyes are.
Right, stay here.
Hold on.
Oh,
please.
There are only a couple syringes left.
I can't see.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. Shh. Lie back. You're gonna have to sit very, very still while I do this. Okay? Very still. Promise. Okay, ready?
Miss Capwell? Miss Capwell, can I get you anything?
No, thanks.
You, don't have to stay. I mean, everything is under control.
I know.
Forgive me, Eden, but wouldn't you be better off at home?
Maybe. But I'm not sure I still have one.
I told you, the bookstore's closed.
I understand.
5 messier times. That's all I want.
You know, I've already given you much more than that, and I'm still not quite sure why.
Maybe you knew that I never really was here as a fan. You see, I like your book, but I didn't come all the way up here to Big Sur just because I was a sucker for a good detective story. I really want to know if you've ever known a man by the name of Brian Bradford.
What are you doing here?
Recognize that?
Why? Should I?
It was your baby daughter's. It had a tape in it, darling. It is no... You hear me? You didn't, did you? There was a tape in it. She had it. Obviously, she has run off with it because I have turned the place upside down.
I can see that, Keith.
You don't seem upset about this, darling.
Oh, I'm terribly upset. It's going to take me hours to put it back together.
I am not talking about the room, you moron. I am talking about your darling daughter. Aren't you worried about the tape?
No.
Oh, well, this is wonderful. This is... Oh, step right up, folks. This is family loyalty. This is trust. Are you out of your mind? Lily would sell you out before you could say, M is for the many things she gave me.
Thanks for the warning, Keith. You can go now.
Oh, fine. That's good. Just keep the home fires burning. That's great. Sure. Wait for her to come back. But you may be waiting a little longer than you thought. Like, say, forever, darling.
Lily knows whatever I get, I'm going to share with her. She's got no reason to keep the tape for herself.
The key word here is share. You know, what makes you think that Lily's going to share anything with you? Right now, CC is offering her a deal of her own, you know? She's over there right now sipping his brandy, laying out her terms. Wow, wow. Here we have Larry and Mo, and there's Curly. Terrific. You here on the scavenger hunt, too? I have my list. Got a tape on it. She has hers, has a tape on it. Funny, wouldn't it be if you had a tape on yours?
Where's Lily?
She's obviously not here, Mason.
She still has a tape.
If she's smart.
Now, if she's smart, Gina, she'll turn it into the police.
No way. She's saving it for me.
I wouldn't be too sure. She wanted to bring it back here. She's had plenty of time to get here.
She already was here. She left when Keith came. He scared her away. And I'm sure as soon as it's safe and you get out of here, she'll come back.
You really believe that, don't you?
Look, we are family now, Lily and I. We support each other.
She must have done a better job than I thought.
What are you talking about?
I mean, she's been saying she could pull it off, but I never really believed her.
I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to listen to any of this.
After all, I had a terrible time convincing her. She couldn't stand the sight of you, you know? It's all she could do to keep from being sick when you'd go to give her one of your motherly embraces. But I managed to convince her that if she could win your trust and get her hands on that tape, it'd open up a whole new world for her.
I don't believe you.
We had it all planned. Lily's best revenge was to take from you the thing you needed most. And that's what she's gone and done.
It's not true. I saw her over at your father's house a little while ago. She was going to give me the tape, but Cece came in, and she couldn't. She was going to hand it to me. I almost had it.
Almost. Then she saw a chance for a clean getaway, and she took it. Hello, Lily.
Yeah, Dean and I were just talking about you. I was saying I hope you had the good sense to take the tape back to the police. Actually, you can do whatever you want with it, as long as you don't give it back to Gina.
No, no one but a fool will side with her. She makes promises, and then she'll desert you the same way she did when you were a little girl, too helpless to do anything about it.
Don't listen to him. Don't.
It's your chance to fight back, Lily.
For God's sake, stand up for yourself before she does it to you again.
Lily, you know I'm not going to do that. I'm telling you the truth. I would never...
Hang up on me. Where are you going?
Heard a sound in the background, gave away her location. Fortunately, as DA, I have an entire police force at my beck and call. They'll be combing the area in no time.
Where? Well, what area?
Night, Mother.
Good, I'll meet you there. They followed Lily to that beach bar where Ted used to go. They said she made a phone call from there.
Good, I'm going to go with you.
No. You stay here in case Gina calls, and I'll let you know as soon as I can whether Lily has that tape or not.
No, wait, now, don't make me stay here. I can't stand not doing anything.
Please, will you just be patient, please?
Oh, don't.
Pray for good news.
You know something? I'm tired of just praying.
time did the call come in?
6:59 on the private line.
Who was it?
No positive ID, but he had information for Capwell.
What?
The caller said that he tailed Lily Light to the beach bar.
Is she there now?
That's affirmative.
Where are you? At the snack bar on the beach near the Capwells. Hurry. Don't you dare move. I'm going to be done in 15 minutes. Lily?
Gina, thank God.
Give it to me.
What?
The tape. Stop stalling. Give it to me right now before you change your mind.
I'm not going to change my mind. What made you say that?
I was talking to Mason. He told me about your little scheme.
You shouldn't have listened to him.
Maybe I shouldn't be listening to you. I love you so much that I'm blind. You could be lying to me.
Lying? My God, why do you think I'm down here in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe you called Cece. Maybe he's hiding in the bushes waiting to catch me with it red-handed.
Oh, Gina.
You expect me to trust you, but you don't trust me. No, you go running over to the Capwell's house so you can find that tape for yourself. If you hadn't touched it, it would still be safe.
I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have done
maybe
that.
you shouldn't have. Maybe you really want that tape for yourself.
No.
You tell Mason one thing and me another. Whichever way the wind's blowing, that's what side you're on.
You're doing exactly what Mason said you would do. You're turning against me.
No, I'm trying to protect myself, Lily. Lord knows you're not going to.
I have put my life on the line for you today, and all you can do is come down here and call me names. All you care about is that precious tape.
Give it to me. It's mine.
That's not all I have of yours, Gina. You want to see it? What?
Brian Bradford. You see, he's the reason why I actually asked you about all the passages in the book. He used to use those names.
I don't know any
references when he
Brian
was younger.
Bradford.
Well, maybe he changed his name. That's a possibility. And I have a picture of him. This was taken about 6 or 7 years ago. He couldn't have changed that much.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Can you take a good look at it, please? And sometimes men grow mustaches, beards, you know.
I'm sorry, I really am not sure.
It doesn't have to have been a long acquaintance, you understand. I mean, it could have been just 2 ships passing in the dark one evening a long time ago.
Maybe, when I was in New York.
New York.
Yeah, I used to live there. But I led a much more active life. I mean, there were parties and singles bars, and I knew a lot of men.
Well, originally Brian was from the East Coast. It's very possible that he had moved there.
Who is he, and why are you so anxious to get in touch with him?
He's my brother.
I take it you haven't seen him in a long time.
No, and it would mean a great deal for me to see him now, you understand?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bradford. Even if I did meet this man, I can't remember where or when.
Okay, do me a favor. Take the picture. Keep it. Take it out every now and then. Give it a good look-see. I'm staying right down the Pine Mountain Lodge down the road. I'll be there a couple of days. If something comes up, please get in touch with me, all right?
Mr. Bradford,
Please.
Cruz, are you all right?
Oh, baby. Baby. Bárbara, I love you. Please, please.
Help me.
Tonight, what happens when a mobster holds a beautiful reporter under his thumb? Call on the A-Team. They'll make headlines out of it. Then guest star Willie Nelson plays it rough on Miami Vice and make a practice of watching L.A. Law tonight.
Tune for the next part.